Tonight on Rare TV, the Pakistanification of Texas is in full swing. Leading the charge are two Pakistani-born Democrats in the Texas House, Sulaiman Lulani and Salman Bojani. Using law, they're working to replicate the same ideological framework that turned Pakistan into a religious apartheid state. Through legislation, they're Islamizing Texas as part of a civilizational jihad. The following proposed legislation during the 2025 session was truly shocking, and each one brings the state one step closer to a model like Pakistan's. So let's break down these bills by category and take a closer look. First, let's look at bills that center around foreign loyalty and Islamic supremacy. Take H.R. 32, honoring Pakistan Day at the Texas Capitol. Yes, let's honor a country that harbored Osama bin Laden, abducts and forces Islamic conversions on girls, and kills non-Muslims for blasphemy. H.R. 182, memorializing Aga Khan IV, a global Islamic leader, reinforcing foreign religious authority as moral model for Texas public life. How American. H.R. 408, recognizing Bangladeshi Day. Bangladesh, notorious for brutal violence against religious minorities, especially Christians and Hindus. And who bears the brunt of it? Women and girls. This is the reality under Islamic rule, not the feminism the left claims to champion while helping push these bills. H.R. 641 is Smiley Day at the Texas Capitol, because nothing is more important to Texas than honoring every faction of Islam. Now let's look at the bills elevating Islamic holidays into law. H.R. 34, recognizing the holy month of Ramadan. H.R. 36, recognizing Eid al-Fitr. H.C.R. 18, declaring Muslim Heritage Month in Texas for 10 years. After all, Texas shouldn't just welcome Islamic conquest, they should celebrate it. Remind me which Islamic governments dedicate an entire month to celebrating Christianity. And if that's not enough, here come the bills elevating Islamic holidays to official status. HB 1882, elevating Islamic holidays in Texas law. HB 1883, blocking school exams on Islamic holidays. HB 1047, expanding official recognition of Islamic holidays. So what exactly are we celebrating here? Religious oppression, gender segregation, or something else? Guess Texas traditions just don't compare. And of course, you can't have civilizational jihad without having Sharia. That's where HB 625 and HB 667 come in, mandating halal food in public schools. Nothing says separation of church and state quite like religious law being normalized in public schools. And make sure to tell your kids to take an extra big bite of that hamburger so they can savor the taste of all that animal torture that's dedicated to Allah. Then there's HB 1044, which legalizes Sharia-adjacent marriage laws and grants imams official recognition. No oversight, no accountability. Are we really paving the way for child brides under the guise of religious freedom? Remember, Islam's perfect man, the Prophet Muhammad, married a 6-year-old named Aisha. We also need to embed Islamic networks into our education system, like HB 256, which commemorates Harmony Public Schools. This charter network, funded by taxpayers, is tied to the Gulen movement, led by Turkish cleric Fethullah Gulen, which has been accused of visa fraud, indoctrination, and financial corruption. As if $3.9 billion in Texas taxpayer funds isn't enough, now they want to be officially celebrated. And then next up, we've got political indoctrination and Islamic lobbying. H.R. 37, commending the Engage Texas Emerging Leaders Program. H.R. 45, recognizing Texas Muslim Capital Day, a pastime of care, by the way. H.R. 314, AAPI Day of Action. So now we're supposed to pat these folks on the back for lobbying our leaders to push even more Islam and influence into our state? Clearly, we've got nothing better to do than help foreign lobbies take over Texas. And finally, the most dangerous move, weaponizing Islamophobia. HCR 85/CR 85, establishing a day to combat Islamophobia in Texas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I stand before you today to recognize this Saturday, March 15th, as the International Day to Combat Islamophobia. We have individuals from nearby mosques and other places of worship, along with the Council on American Islamic Relations, and I ask them to stand so we can recognize them.
This is how blasphemy laws start. First a day, then a policy, then punishment. Look at Europe. Speak out against Islamization and you're thrown in jail or silenced permanently. Just like Charlie Hebdo or our friend Salwan Momika, who was assassinated in cold blood just last January for hurting Islam's feelings. Don't forget, Americans, labels like hate speech are the communist version of Islamic blasphemy laws. Both want to imprison or permanently silence you just for speaking the truth. Ideological replacement is happening right here in a Republican led state, and every Texan must choose Islam or freedom. You can't have both. Rare Foundation will continue to shed light on this and hold leaders accountable.